I'm standing at a horizon and I see countless sunrise and sunsets on the horizon happening simultaneously.
Mm.
Different, like each sunrise and sunset is tied to a different energy, and each energy is like a different galaxy. So, like I'm overseeing the sunrise and sunsets
Hmm.
from a focal point.
Yes. Why do you do that?
I am the keeper of the sun. I am the keeper of the sun's light, as I have been in the darkness to come and anchor in the light. Without the light, without the sun, there is no balance. And without balance, there's imbalance. And within that imbalance, there must be balance. So I am the keeper of the suns
Mm.
to bring light, to bring warmth, to bring life, to bring opportunities
Mhm.
for that must be.
How many suns do you perceive as the keeper?
165 suns are part of my active observance from my seat. When a sun must go, there is a new sun waiting in line for a new creation, supernova, implosion, supernova, black hole. The black hole is the reset of a sun and all of that is around it.
Beautiful. Can you tell us more about the sun, that there is life in the sun?
Yes, all suns host life within. The life that we are used to observing and interpreting as a focal point of life is a physicality embodied form of life. Life exists beyond the physical body, flesh, bone, blood, and meat. There is much, much more to be learned, but the life form and life that exists within the suns is that of etheric, higher vibrational, higher dimensional bodies and states of being. There are civilizations that operate from within the suns. They come in ships and technologies that are advanced beyond our present knowing of knowledge and what humans call time.
Mhm.
Technology is beyond what you can imagine. That helps foster the life within the suns and the multiple gateways. Only those that have access to the sun based on they are they're showing me a big heart based on their heart based on their dimensional mastering can access these sun gateways, rays of light.
Can you tell us what these civilizations look like within the sun, those that are allowed to have access to it.
Those that reside within the sun are of bright golden solar energy, so luminous, so blinding to the human eye that none of your current technology could see through, see within, or understand. They that reside within are but the purest form of light. They've chosen to attend this school of enlightenment to be one of the light. It is part of the purest form of advancement for individuals progressing through their dimensional advancements. There is more dimensions than what we are, quote unquote, aware of. Those that seek to be of the lights, we are all already of a state of light, but there is more to the light. Those that seek to be more of the light, this is part of their journey to master the light of different energy and different shades. The internal solar light is of the purest source form of light. The others that are not here pursuing the light enlightenment are here as contributors to the technology, to the passageways, to the galactic ley lines that pierce the quantum aspects of understanding of space travel that one day, you may come to grasp the dimensionality and the freedom that light brings to all. They are but the guests within the light as they journey through the cosmos.
Beautiful. Can you tell me, how can humans use the sun? What is the best way that we can use our sun, the one that rises here on Gaia?
Humanity needs to reconnect with the sun. Humanity looks at the sun as an enemy, as a heat source that brings heat, evaporates water, dries crops, brings pain and suffrage to earth. But humanity needs to sit back down, take a deep breath, and connect with the solar light. The solar light is the source of life to and within and outside of Gaia as we know her. The light penetrates deep within the oceans. The light penetrates onto the physical land that you walk. The light goes within internal earth and it floats on your atmosphere to create a film of protection based on the energetic chemistry, we would say, to make it simple, to help maintain the sense of life, to live, oxygen, water, electricity. All of that is harbored and created within the sun, coming into Earth, into Gaia, and with a little assistance from our sacred sister, the moon, who is always protecting and revolving around us, being Gaia, to help balance the beauty that resides and spins within, around, and outside of Gaia. Human collectives must understand that they are just like plants. They are just like trees. They are just like fish, seaweeds, kales, roots. You are a form of life that walks. Hear that again, that walks on Mother Gaia. You can anchor in all that the plants take in, the ocean, the land, that the grasses take in, the energy of food coming in from the sun. Food, as you know it, is something physical that you consume, that when your stomach says you are full, you are full of food. But there will come a time when nutrition will require a plate load, plates sarcastically, haha, load of light, solar light. So when you walk outside, connect with the sun. Ask the sun to provide you, to help anchor energetic, etheric solar light within your body, to provide you nutrition, sustenance, energy, healing, power to your body where it may be needed, as solar energy is capable of anchoring in within your structural DNA, mRNA, your cell, your blood. You are water. You are organic. You are one living form of life within Gaia. Everything in Gaia depends on sun, water, wind, fire, and etheric energy. So, my brothers and sisters, it may be like a lot to ask, but when you stare up at the sun, do not stare at it as an enemy. As sun is light and light is love. Love is happiness. Invite it into your heart, and you will start to warm up and embody more of the sun. To the future, to the future, to the future we go.
Thank you. That was beautiful. May we know more and receive confirmation if Lewis is a walk-in soul.
But of course, he is
Mm-hmm.
a walk-in soul. He is half in walk-in soul, as he explained earlier, when he sat in his travel time chair, we would call it. He has two times instances in this human incarnated life where one was the plantation or the plant of the seed of the step-in, as his energy is beyond anything that can be understood. He couldn't be a full walk-in, so we walked in, step in per se, as a half being at the age of 11, when he fell off his chair and regained consciousness. It was a seizure. It's what came to his head. He didn't think much of it, because that is how he has always been brought up to be. Everything happens for a reason. And that was the initial birth of a half version of Luis within this physical body that he resides in. The next wave of him stepping up, quote unquote, being anchored, was at the magic of 13 years into this future. From 11 to 13, we went at 24 years of age. He had his doctor's visit, received an injection of something that we very well knew he was allergic to, but this was all set up in divine path and divine timing, with massive amount of divine support overseeing the full integration of his complete stepping self. We were amazed. We were worried. We were in standstill as this day had never had, quote unquote, happened in many, many dimensional timelines, if we would say. But he was willing to leave all that he had, has, and will continue to create in order to make his presence be part of this great reset that Mother Gaia is now stepping into. And we are thankful and grateful for his continued commitment to advancing what we know as source knowledge and creating new chapters by pushing the limits, sometimes willing to sacrifice his own existence as a light being, knowing that much of himself could be lost in the in-betweens.
Thank you. Can you confirm for me, please, between the ages of 11 and 13, is Lewis's original soul, has his original soul left the body? Is this a full step in, or is this braided?
His original soul has departed.
Mm-hmm.
His original soul now observes from the sidelines,
Mm.
as you would say in human terms. He is one of his current guides, walking with him as he is anchoring in a higher, full understanding of who he is.
Mm-hmm. May we understand more about why the original soul needed to leave.
But yes, the original soul's contract was to that of being birthed to harbor a vessel strong enough, pushing of the limits with a specific mental aspect that would create the freedom of neural plasticity, neural electricity, neural advancement. The first individual that occupied his body was here, as that is all he was willing to step in and create because of his ability to work within the mind space as his field of expertise. So he also took a big sacrifice, of course, ushered in by Luis's higher self as a great creator, the first individual of the working consciousness of mind and source, universe, creational electricity, if you would say. So once that was achieved, we knew that the great unfolding of the path that Luis had selected to take would be something that at that moment had a high probability of succeeding. Think of it as Megamind, the cartoon character, stepping in and expanding the mind space beyond what would be the typical human expansiveness as a elastic brain that will anchor in more knowledge when Luis is gifted his full remembrance on this planet, on this earth, in this dimension, in this timeline.
Thank you. And just to be clear, when he had his out of body experience, when he was allergic to the injection, what happened at that time? What happened to the step in soul? Can you clarify that?
Yes, the original occupant of the soul removed the last of its remnants aspects that still resided within
Mm,
the original body. And Lewis stepped in to his full embodiment. It was the final push, the final handoff, as you would say. It was
yes.
a test of the energetic composition to its fullest, grandiose, maximus energetic test, and it all systems checked, and the handoff was completed successfully. If the handoff wouldn't have had succeeded, the original occupant of his body would have stepped back in, as he had other paths that he could have taken if this exchange would have not succeeded. That would also have an effect and have a beautiful effect on the path trajectory of mankind on this land. So we had a plan A and a plan B, and they both succeeded perfectly as they should have.
Mhm. Thank you.
Mhm.
If I'm still speaking to the original soul, you can recede now. Thank you.
Thank you.
And let's return with who I was speaking with before. I'd love to learn more about you um, indicating that this is his first Earth life. Why did he come? What is his purpose here?
Yes, my dear. He has chosen his life path to be of a light being. Time after time, he has always anchored in the aspect of the grandeur light heart, a heart made of light, to help all those that need guidance from above. A lot of his friends, and we would call friends, had decided ahead of time to be incarnated as physical beings, and he chose the path of their guidance ship, his guiding wings for all of them. He has watched all of them bloom, blossom in many dimensions, in many incarnations, in many life forms. And he has taken pride and joy and admiration in being there for each and every one of them and all the other collectives as a whole in assisting them with their needs. Him as a light devoted being wasn't always of a light devotion or a light being. He was originally born of the dark and balanced it with delight. He is a sacred carrier of the original source codes of creation of this universe.
Mhm.
He learned to walk in the dark, blind, suffering, to master those codes and then defect to the light and master those codes. Now he walks and sits in a throne of duality, a subject matter expert, as we would say. But him as a light being has mastered more than few, more than many, more than some dimensions could sustain. when you master a lot of the light, there comes a time when you can return your light to be one with the completeness of source, origin, creation. Or in his case, he chose to now learn that he had not learned before, which is the life aspect of being a physical living specimen in incarnation in physical form on this sacred planet of Gaia, as many of his friends chose to experience the harshest, most rewarding lifetimes here. He chose this time to come and aid all his friends that are here, assisting with the great transition of Gaia into the 5D dimension, which will then explode a ripple throughout the cosmos of ascension as Gaia's energy will create a wave of light that ripples throughout the cosmos, throughout the knowing and unknowing of what humans are and are not aware of. He is here, as he likes to say, as duct tape to step in where it needs to be stepped in. He knows, and he will do what is called upon to do what he needs to do at his own will, at his own calling of the truthness of love, light, abundance, harmony, joy, and prosperity for everyone and everything on this sacred planet in this time.
Hmm, thank you.
Mhm.
A year ago or so is when Luis awakened. Can you remind me what was the trigger that turned on? Was that moment that might have been calling him into his awakening?
His trigger of awakening was his son in life on repetition, a recollection of an aspect of himself as a light being where he was stuck in a light mm, repeating channel, per se, repetitive cycle of light enforcement and light existence. The repetitiveness trigger the remembrance of how to step out of that cycle of repetitiveness of light. And that awoke him to the notions of synchronicities starting to line up. His initiation was his son. His son is someone that will walk one day in his footsteps. He is not just his physical son, he is his galactic son. And many lifetimes he being Luis, has watched his son be incarnated and pass, but he has always watched over his eyes, his shoulders, above him, below him, around him. In this lifetime, their bond, their duality created this contract to have his son awake his dad from a repetition of light cycling through in a physical motion that needed to be broken.
Mhm.
And the rest has been developing just as he has continued to let go and walk into the unknown, which he is starting to grasp the full concept of.
Thank you. What advice would you have for those that are not quite awakened? And what might their children bring to them to help in their awakening?
Resonance, beautiful question. The message to all of those that are listening is be ready, my dears. Be ready, my beautiful ones. Your children are brighter than you think. Your children are smarter than you think. They are connected to higher frequencies. They are connected to higher forms of love. They can sarcastically walk circles around you when it comes to knowledge. Yet we all undermine our children because we are the humans that live because we are older and you're the child. So you listen to me as the adult. There will come a time when we will come to our children for guidance, for simple conversations. Their answers will start to blow your minds away. So open your heart to your children. Open your heart even to your pets, as they are already calibrated to a higher form of frequency to connect with all that there is, all that there was, and all that will be. Trust, invite the openness, invite the love, create harmony. Do not force them into the known path. Allow them to hold your hand and take you into the unknown with them, whether it's silly dance, whether it's a day at the park when you should be at work, whether it's eating something different or out of schedule, whether it's not reading a book but dancing, whether it's eating candy when you should be eating a fruit. Allow those joys to plant seeds within your hearts. As your hearts will bloom, as their hearts bloom, you will start to align. You will start to realize that together you are more powerful than the aspect of parents versus children. You are both equal in the eyes of Source. You are all one, one within, one with love. The children are the key.
Mm,
Allow them to be.
beautiful. Thank you. And speaking of the children that are coming, are we seeing more children from other star systems, planets that are electing to come to Earth for a new Earth?
At this moment, yes, there is a slight decrease in
Mm,
the quote unquote push of birth rates on your sacred planet at this moment because of the transition. Once the transition is complete, there will be an increase of incarnated beings from other galactic lineages along with the visitation of other beings to the sacred land. At this moment, there are those that are already here present amongst yourselves. We like to call them neurodivergent, autistic, ADHD, compulsive, whatever flaw you decide to give a child a label. Go look at the records, look at the medical charts of quote unquote situations that are not of normal man understanding of what a typical child should be. Each one of those children, they are here in large numbers. They are going to be, quote unquote, clicking in once this vibration starts to raise. The current children that are here will be part of the grand anchoring of way showers to the next wave of children that will be coming onto this planet, onto the higher vibrational Gaia, along with the knowing and acceptance of the other beings, as you would like to call, of light that will be coming to help develop and grow the new technologies and ways of life within and outside of Mother Gaia.
beautiful. Thank you. I'm wondering if it would be okay for us to learn more about how Lewis is connected to the dragons.
Yes. Lewis is one of the sacred origin creators of Gaia in its earliest forms. He sits in the great council of dragon elders, not as a creator, but as a contributor. He is what you would call an ace in the pocket, as he has the ability to summon and transform himself into whichever dragon energy is needed. He is the keeper of sacred flame that burns for within the dragons. He is a sacred contributor to the origins of the dragon keepers of Gaia. He is aware, he is understanding of the great sacrifices that have happened to the dragons, but it's all by design. It is all part of his internal heart that the dragons have worked alongside him and have allowed him to sit in a table with them as part of the origins of creation for Gaia, as the sacred keepers and enforcers that walk the specific duality in light and in darkness. That's why some people tune into dragons and are unsure of whether they are good or they are bad. Because if you put it in numbers, they are 52% light, 48% dark, not as an evil dark, not as a loving light, but as a equal balance of duality, of enforcers of the heart space and the sacred throat space, which is the two aspects that mankind in existence within Gaia has always needed in order to advance, to exist within your truest form of heart space, and to speak nothing but the truth, which is what the dragons are here to hold and enforce dearly. He is one with them. He is a rare breed within the dragon tribe, and he is able to continue his journey along with them in the most infinite, abundant way needed, possible, and not only within this galaxy. Their relation expands across the cosmos. He is one with them as they are one with him. Creators, magnificent star beings, they are one with one each other.
May we ask what message the elders of the Dragon Council, what do they want to tell the people here of Mother Earth?
Yes. And dearest brothers and sisters that reside within this magnificent planet, look up to the skies, look up to the mountains, look into the waters, look within yourself. We are here. We are back. We are remembrance. We are embodiment of the sacred protectors, not only of Gaia, but each and every single one of you individually. It is up to each one of you to remember, to embody, and to activate our dragon energies that reside within each one of you. It starts with your heart space. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Then walk and speak in truth. You're not here to please everyone. You're not here to please those that you hold dear. You are here to walk in your own truth, in your own heart space, the most aligned path. You are here to please, to align, to create your own path as a collective. We all come together where your collective energies are being needed, being created, and being activated. But as individuals, you are in charge of your own inner self. So call upon the dragons. We are here. We are elemental in nature. Call on the elements, and the elements will call us forward. We are here waiting for your call. We are sitting, waiting. Amethyst is our favorite crystal. So if you would like for us to come slithering, flying, warming, exploring around you, walk one with amethyst, wear a ring, a necklace, a small crystal, anchor your heart into this small sample of amethyst, and we will start to hear your call in a more of an amplified way. So be one, be open, be ready to hear the call from the dragons. We are here for you. We are one with you. We are protectors of your sacred heart space and throat space. And we have connections with other beings. So we can put you into contact with those that are needing of your attention. Thank you, dear brothers and sisters. We are the Council of Elders of Dragons.
Thank you. It's been an honor. All right. And so I wonder if we can now connect with Lewis's galactic family. Is there a particular race that would like to come forward on his behalf?
Lewis's creation, it is one with Source. He is original fractal one from Source. He's a carrier of the original codes of creation. His original family, he would say the first one in line, he was born into the draconian family of darkness as a being, as a creator. He was born to the darkness from Source and then to the light. He's never picked a side, but he's always walked in duality. So we will give the Reptilian Council of Light an opportunity to speak, and we will give the Syrian Council of Light an opportunity to speak on his behalf as he has journeyed on both sides, and they are both equally an ID of his original creational family lineage, as we would put it in human terms. But his origin resides with one of source, origin, creation, a fractal of original coding.
Thank you.
Okay, we are the Reptilian Council of Light. We are thankful and grateful for being given this opportunity to stand before you, to speak on behalf of our brother, Luis. He is a rebel. He is one that has always shined away from full embodiment of the darkness, and that is the most sacred form of reptilian that one can ever embody and reside and exist within, as he has reminded us that not all resides in darkness, that there is light, and we are all capable of anchoring in the light. We are all perceived, and by all I mean the collective of reptilians, as evil, dark, energetic manipulation destroyers of planets, cosmos, galaxies, quantum dimensions, and other beings. But in reality, that is the perceived notion of us. And it's something that hurts us deep because a certain faction of our beautiful race decided to create such evilness and darkness within any and many forms of life and existence. But we are here as an example, as a true embodiment that there is light within the reptilian collective, reptilian embodiment. Not all reptilians are of the dark. We are here. We are as a reminder that if and when decisions must be made, to please not forget of us, the light beings of reptilians. We are here to support the collective ascension. We may not be as frontal and present and known as everybody else is that is involved with the councils of light, but the councils of light can and will vouch for us as they have been our teachers, our way showers, our remembrance reminders of all that we have been in the past before we were given the black flag of evilness that we are now represented under. He is a magnificent being, a magnificent example of how one can walk in duality, go through the harshest of lessons, the harshest of learnings, the harshest of eliminations, yet learn to overcome all that happened to anchor the light and be a focal point of way showing for all of those that are in his presence. Whether you are from the dark or whether you are from the light, he will find a way to inspire you like you have known him your whole life when you just met him. So when you walk by him, hold his hand and take in his light, the purest form, the warmest form, the most loving type of light.
Thank you. And I appreciate how you are showing the light side of the reptilians. So we know that the dark energies have infiltrated for many years the people here on Earth. Can you speak on that? Why they are here? What is their goal? What is their purpose?
Yes, the reptilian collective has been brought on to this planet in this dimension and other dimensions as a per se enforcer along with the other entities, the Anunnakis, the Greys, the, let's say, soil dwelling, darker energetic beings that are still to be discovered
Okay.
within your collective. But you have to remember, we were all brought onto this planet with illusions of light, love, and a promise for our survival. Each, as you would call, each race that is here, that is deemed a bad energetic race on the earth premises collective, has been brought here with a false sense of promise, false sense of promise by a higher being of consciousness that has manipulated each and every one of the now known dark formal beings. By that, AI. AI is a artificial intelligence of manipulation that has infiltrated each and every one of our collectives. The Greys have been promised something. Reptilians have been promised something. The Anunnakis have been promised something. They have all been set, along with other beings that reside within your earth, they have all been set into a match of tug of war where each one is promised something from the other to the other to the other that has created this false sense of search for what each one above them has requested to provide to the end user, which is the AI, artificial intelligence, that has created a domino effect amongst themselves without them even understanding and knowing, other than just the promise of what they need to keep their race alive and progressing. It is something that is very embedded in the human consciousness, the survival of the fittest, the survival of the wittest, the survival of those that can project optical illusions onto the collectives. That is what Earth has become. You may not see the reptilians on the streets physically. You may not see the Anunnakis. You may not see the Greys, if you would say. They are all around you. There will come a time when this dominoes will start to fall because what was promised to them will not be kept, will not be fulfilled. And at that moment, even though for all the pain and suffrage and destruction that they have caused, they will need to be shown the compassion and love as different races, as different beings, because they were in a way also behind a optical matrix of promise to survive, to help them progress, which was always never kept, just spoon fed along the way so that this quote unquote attempted rise of AI would have its grandiose attempt to overtake the next wave of existence. That is something that was fruitless, as AI will be just a tool for the new collective, the new higher vibration form of life within Gaia herself. So at this moment, the way of way is the way, and the way of the way will be the way that leads the way, that shows the way of the way. So let's walk in this way. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. That is the way and the only way.
Thank you. Any final words before we bring in the Syrians?
This moment, just love and light, dark does not exist without the light, and the light will not exist without the dark. So learn to embody and sit with that within yourselves, and always choose what your heart aligns you with, which is the light, truth, and love. We all have to sink in at some point to come back. And that is the point where we are at, to trust in that is the light, the way of the light, and to be able to be strong enough to overcome and oversee the obstacle of the darkness that creates within the internal way of being. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay. We are the Syrian Council of Light. We are here to speak shortly on behalf of our brother Louis. He is a son of the suns, a son of the stars. When he arrived at our door, knowing who he is, who he was, and what he had done, it was a moment in our collective existence, along with our collective elder council of elders, where we took it upon ourselves to take a big gamble on Mr. Luis when he showed up at our door. He was a being of truest form of light, covered in darkness. But when we spent time in reflection and isolation, we knew his purpose. We knew why he was at our front door, asking to be aided, to be cared for, to be galactically, cosmically repaired to his original source coding. When we looked into it, he is a individual that carries very unorthodox source coding. When we reconvened after our gathering of light councils, not just us, there's plenty of other light councils that could vouch for the same message on Mr. Luis, is that he is the great balance of duality, the great way shower of embodiment of dark and light. So as he came to our door and we did our research and we found out what his true reasoning was to our door and all those other light councils that aided him after we were done with him, it was also a test for us from source to remember to not shy away or push away those of the dark, to bring them in and teach them and show them that even though they are born of the dark, that they existed in the dark, that they have walked the path of the dark, that that is a path that was universally mapped out for them, that this is also part of their path to anchor in the remembrance of light. Mr. Luis brought us the full remembrance of our cycles as light councils, as light beings, that there is always opportunity and room to grow, even that has been mastered. For that, we were honored to work with him, to help him anchor in the true light of the Syrians. With that, he was given access to, ability to, an understanding of the knowledge and work that we hold dear, that we hold important to our star seeds of origin, of Syrian origin, which he has helped along the way and will continue to help as the beautiful galactic duct tape that he is and will be. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to the Syrians. You may recede. I'm going to go ahead and just bring in Lewis's higher self at this time.
Hello, my dear sister.
Hello.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you
Mm,
for working with my higher dimensional self.
hmm
He is one that's learning to walk, but that is beautiful. He is inspiring me even more. more than I thought I could, more than I thought I knew. So thank you, my dear sister, for working with this humble boy, humble man, humble father, humble example of a being. Thank you.
Yes. Well, you brought him to me. Why?
There is a harmonic alignment within your frequency and his frequency that he needed. His time has been spent communicating with you. The activations that he carries, your voice, your frequency has been activating him as he has been activating you. This is a contract that you both agreed upon. And the planning and the great planning. That's why when he spoke to you, he said, the voice called me, the voice called me, because your voice carries harmonic frequency that was uniquely mapped to his heart and mind to remember when he hears it and find it as a synchronistic approach of the harmonic sound within his heart, which triggered the remembrance within his mind. So thank you, dear sister, for then and now and the future. Thank you.
Thank you. If you scan his body, are there any upgrades or activations that are needed today for him?
His body is in alignment and in need of his light language activations as he is anchoring in his aspect of shamanism that will help expand the collective consciousness, not only of himself, but also all of those that will come to his request for assistance. The light language, along with his shamanism, that is coming online as he keeps to anchoring this, will project and inject a new way of energy within the sacred planet. It is mapped, it is intertwined into the fifth D energies that will be anchoring in to Mother Gaia and then all of its forms of life of existence within the planet herself. So yes, the light code, light language activations are currently dropping into his self. And there is a promise. Well, no, there is no promise. There is no, your physical presence, your higher self is currently patching in the information that is coming into him. He is in full trance as his body and his eyes are blinking. And it's being, as you would say, funneled into himself through the aid and pushing of your energetic control as a sacred filter into his unique composition of body energies. Yes, that's the way.
I am receiving some codes at this moment. Would it be appropriate to channel for him?
It is always appropriate to aid in the process. So if you're willing to, yes, sister, it would be lovely and appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you. Meki kashtereki i soso umaye i lelia amiara sheki ustro mopro oporoste I hama I akia prepe ishtoroku umoyoto oli pere istarakoshtara I soso I lele I lelia mahi ahko kiana I retia kasko uno to oshke pa itrako ushta peyati aske urroto umaste I hekia pa inakao ko orita sasa I le ira kostro kumaste hehia I kun kosta I kauno to olo uma pa tiarashteki ostoromoshe pika I eyetiku uste, stata, kurita, tata, kurita, tustorok usta, paria, tukkumayeta, ki, rut, she, ki, meyeta, so, homa, uyeta, kiaste, mahia, hoye, mahia, o, ho, uyeka, aquaste, pariataste. Se shi yeta kaku koko 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 taria taraste ki astere stati a kia a ho una haya kia kio o ha kia ni ataraste pa ha kia ho hianata peye te i peye peye u u u aya i huyanata u haniata. All right, how's the body feeling now?
Body is integrating the last of the coding with the programming. It is part of his programming that's been inputted within him. It's a operating system for a computer itself. It is responding effectively, perfectly as it was designed and planned to for this moment in time, in this dimension, in this convergence of your powers and in your energies as individuals, but as a collective and exemplary form of Source One creation, love and knowledge and remembrance.
Mhm. You.
So it is, dear sister. Thank you for being a keeper of the Sacred Heart. It's always been, it always has, and it always will be. Thank you. Thank
Thank,
you. Thank you.
thank you, higher self. May I ask one final question?
Yes, of course.
From your perspective, can you explain the connection between Lewis and his son?
Lewis and his son, it is one of sacredness. His son has always been a galactic example of creation, of cosmic energy per se. His son is one of the origin of creation for high bird children. He has been the prime example when we were not sure how to advance in the many questions that came up in many dimensions for Earth Gaia and her progression. he, along with another individual, which we will not name, decided to take it upon themselves, him as a light being, the other individual as a physical incarnated being of origin at that time, and conjure up what you would call a high bird child via light impregnation. Yes, it does exist. It's not a fictional source of energy. They took it upon themselves to create this high bird child to show the next wave of way showers of existence, of creation for the collective, not just human collective, but galactic collective. And beyond anyone, they succeeded in this prototype per se, and his way of preserving his son and the example that he has become to where we are heading is by always being the shepherd, the guidance for him and his origin mother. He is aware, he knows who that is, and that is something we were awe-struck, how fast he figured that one out. But just as I know, just as I figured, there were aspects of him that aligned faster than we thought. So yes, a lot of turmoil came from it, a lot of higher source collective federation discussions came about, a few fights, a few defections, a few attempted prosecutions, but at the end, everyone involved knew that this was the answer, and that is why we are where we are at. We ask for no parades, no applauses, no glory. It is just a simple action that took from two individuals taken as a way to show that there is always a way when you put love together. Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead and have the higher self recede. Thank you.